hiking, skiing, but do you know some of the most common winter injuries happen right in your driveway? It could be something as simple as shoveling snow. That could land you in the ER, and it happens more often than you may think.
So, joining us today, the medical director of the physician clinics at Boulder Community Health, Dr. Jason Cannell. He's been here before. Thanks for coming back.
Well, thanks for having me.
How often do we see these kinds of injuries? People getting hurt shoveling snow?
Yeah, musculoskeletal-related injuries are quite common from shoveling. We typically see a lot of sprains, strains of shoulders and elbows. But most commonly lower back, just from the nature of the way we lift typically is what leads to these injury patterns.
So what do you recommend people do? Because obviously people are still going to be out there shoveling snow.
Yeah, understand your limitations is the first place to start. Obviously, if your doctor is advising you against engaging in strenuous activity, you probably want to heed his or her advice and scale back in terms of the amount of activity you do. Being prepared. So the elements certainly play a role in this. So making sure that you are keeping your head, your hands, and your feet covered, that you're wearing breathable clothing helps to keep the tissues nice and soft and reduce those risks for injury. And then how you shovel is really, really important. So instead of shoveling, we typically advise trying to push the snow as opposed to lifting it up and throwing it over your shoulder, which will increase that risk for lower back injuries in particular.
Makes my back hurt just thinking about lifting it, especially if it's one of those big wet snows, because those can be kind of dangerous.
Yes.
That stuff is heavy.
Yes.
So just kind of try to push it as best you can. Because I know people are concerned about getting their sidewalks clear for their neighbors.
Absolutely. And getting out there early. Early and often is the key as well. So if you can get out there when there's 1 to 2 inches before you wait till 6 to 12 inches, push that snow around is going to reduce that risk as well.
Well, I'm sure the other concern is those who maybe don't get out and do the shoveling right away. The neighbor walks by, slips on the ice, and then they're in the ER with a broken arm or broken leg.
Right. Head injuries as well are very common from slipping. So, yeah, obviously making sure that the footwear is appropriate and that you got good traction to reduce that risk for falling and hitting your head.
Got to gear up for it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Dr. Cannell, thank you. We appreciate
it.
We'll send it over now to Katie LaSalle. She's got a look at our first alert forecast.